Bien bonsoir messieurs, dames, j'espère que vous allez bien. Moi ça va super bien. On est ici ce soir, voilà. J'ai enregistré hier. Alors il y a un nouveau personnage qui est... Ah, excusez-moi, je suis mal poli. Je vous souhaite à tous et à toutes une bonne année, bien évidemment. Bonne année, de bonne santé surtout, c'est important. Alors hier il y a un nouveau personnage qui est sorti à 18 h. Donc, hop, la voici. Donc voilà, il y a un nouveau portail qui est sorti, des nouvelles quêtes, un petite histoire, puis voilà quoi, on va découvrir ça ensemble. Donc voilà, ça fait un petit moment, j'ai pas mis de vidéo sur ma chaîne, etc., etc. Donc vous inquiétez pas, il y aura des vidéos, voilà, c'est juste la reprise, voilà. Là, il y aura une autre vidéo cette semaine, je vous dirai pas quand, ça sera la surprise. Mais vous inquiétez pas, il va y avoir des vidéos, il va y avoir la chaîne Twitch bientôt, il va y avoir des vlogs, il va y avoir des sons, il va y avoir tellement de choses cette année. Donc j'ai hâte de vous partager ça avec vous. Donc voilà. Bien évidemment mes persos sont entre niveau 80. Enfin, pour les débloquer les niveaux au-dessus c'est un peu compliqué. Mais bon là, on va voir. En tout cas, hâte de découvrir ce nouveau perso. À ce qui paraît il est bien. Donc à suivre. Bon, sinon, si je bouge pas, je regardais un truc dans les paramètres, parce que, voilà, pour pas que ça bug et tout, parce que sinon, ça va être compliqué. J'ai l'air d'un boulet après. Allez, on va découvrir ça, ce nouveau personnage. Alors, c'est un personnage type glace, tir à l'arc, bien évidemment. On verra.
It's shocking how much work there is to do. Even and she's been handling it alone all along. The Chising
Si
secretary.
je parle pas, vous inquiétez pas, j'ai en train de lire. J'ai un peu la flemme de faire une voix, parce que, voilà, ma gorge, à force de gueuler sur mes vidéos, même après les fêtes, c'est un peu compliqué.
Have you seen Miss Ganyu, traveler?
Ah, Ganyu,
It has been
si je
several
prononce bien.
days since Ganyu left for Joyun Karst. She's the even though the Chising have made peace with the Adept, they commissioned Ganyu as their envoy to deliver a letter to Joyun Karst. Still, Ganyu should have been back to her usual.
Mhm, mhm.
Oh, maybe Ganyu. I'm afraid it's not
Paimon.
very likely.
Super
Ever
pote.
since we met Ms. Even when it's time for her annual leave, Ms. Ganyu stays on duty. She couldn't possibly be using her mission as.
Oh, Paimon sees how it is.
It's because of this absurd work.
J'imagine que vous aussi, vous allez voir, vous êtes envie de voir ce nouveau personnage. Allez, on passe à la suite. Allez, on va pas tarder à y arriver. Que mettre, les amis? Est-ce que ça vous dit, dites-le moi en commentaire, si ça vous dit que je fasse des petits événements, des nouveaux lieux, des nouvelles mises à jour sur ce jeu, ou peu importe,
Found her.
vous me lancez des défis même. Voilà, je vous lance des trucs.
Ganyu, here you are.
You two. I did not expect to meet you here. Is it official or private affairs that bring you here? Ah, I shouldn't. I have left the human world. Please contact the Yuahai Pavilion regarding matters.
Huh? You don't want to be the Chising secretary anymore? But they're all waiting for you to come back.
That's why you're here? You want me to come back? I'm afraid you came here in vain.
What? Did something happen?
The clouds fold and unfold. The tide ebbs and flows. It was meant to be. When the Adepti entrusted humans with overseeing Liyue, I knew it was only my Adepti blood makes me unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. I delivered the letter and came back to Liyue Harbor, only to discover that I had been replaced by Baiwen, Baishao, and Baishe. Perhaps that mission of mine was just a pretext to remove me. Since the Chising gave me a chance to leave with dignity, I decided to be I appreciate your kindness, but there's no need for your words of comfort. After 1,000 years away, I came back to Juyun Karst. Looking at the clouds floating among the mountains.
But
Who disturbs the peace of these mountains?
Cloud Retainer, we're terribly sorry.
One merely jests. One.
Wow, you Adepti really are impressive.
Come here to chat about the old times with Ganyu. It looks like you get along quite well. A matter leaves you at an impasse then. Not to worry. One is exceptional at seeking avenues for conversation. Yes.
Oh, Cloud Retainer.
Nothing to be ashamed of. You were so cute as a child. One is most certain that your friends would like to hear of it.
Oh, Paimon wants to hear it.
Little Ganyu loved when the horns on the top of her head were caressed. When one was still taking care of her, one was pestered most often to touch her horns.
Wow.
Plump she was back then. Why, when she stumbled while we ascended the mountain, she would roll down to the bottom. The day Ganyu bumped into a pilgrim was the first time she saw a real. So fearful she was that she hid in a rock's cleft for 2 days and nights. One found her wailing of a monster she had seen.
Cloud Retainer? Forget it. It's about time for my training. I will take my leave.
One's intention was merely to relieve the awkward tension.
And you did the exact opposite. Impressive.
Be that so? But returning to Ganyu, most glad one cannot help but feel that remaining in Jueyun Karst shall not be good for. One will tell you more about her, if you should. Most benevolent among all Adepti are the Qilin. They drink only spring water and eat only whole grain. But perhaps the mountainous dwellings of Adepti in Jueyun Karst might be too lonely for her human side. Under moonlight did one see her last. She stood by the precipice's edge, and upon the mist-veiled mountains she gazed. Her thin figure was immersed in the vast sea of clouds. One noticed her loneliness, and sought to convince her to go back to the human world. But just then, she said thus.
Liyue Harbor feels even lonelier than Jueyun Karst. When I look at the sea of clouds in Jueyun Karst, I merely feel the loneliness of a solitary cloud gazer. When I step into the sea of people in Liyue, I feel the loneliness of an inhuman that doesn't belong in the human world.
One did, by chance, hear this much of Ganyu's alone. She will find.
Oh, Retainer's right. We can't leave Ganyu depressed. Anyways, what's that training gun?
She has sought to reclaim her Adeptus side since she should be in the southern part of Mount.
Huh, is that so? Let's...
Ah là 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 là. Alors, la petite histoire de Ganyu, je vais le dire en live, enfin là là. Alors, hop là, attendez. En tant que secrétaire pavillon, excusez-moi, Abba a ainsi une quantité impressionnante de tâches inconnues au grand public. Cette travailleuse acharnée effectue des travaux colossaux et qui se cachent derrière l'élaboration, excusez-moi, de chaque degré et de loi de Liyue. Ganyu prend soin des petits déjeuners tous les jours, les casses, etc. Enfin, allez voir sur le site du jeu pour avoir plus d'informations sur ce jeu. Parce que malheureusement, je peux pas afficher sur l'écran. Parce que voilà, je peux pas... Enfin, il y a des gros bugs. Enfin, pour moi, hein, les téléchargements, ça fait des bugs, je sais pas pourquoi. Bah oui, on va participer. En tout cas, allez voir sur le site. Et puis voilà quoi. Si vous voulez, je mettrai un lien dans la description, comme ça au moins. Enfin, si j'arrive. Non mais en tout cas, là sur ce jeu, j'ai envie de faire, je sais pas vous, mais genre Oh, nice, on va tester. Bon, ça fait un moment que j'ai pas repris sur ce jeu. Donc le tir à l'arc et tout, c'est pas un sniper. En tout cas, elle est belle. Ah. Oh non. En tout cas, ça fait un moment que j'ai pas joué à ce jeu. Mais ouais, comme je vous disais, c'est que au pire, je ferai des événements ou des nouvelles mises à jour sur ce jeu, si vous voulez. Oh, il a eu l'événement de l'épée. Malheureusement, ça n'a pas enregistré. Super, merci. Oh, ça arrive. Et puis voilà, quoi.
There's a lot of gliding around. It does feel like
Ah, c'est
something
pas
Cloud
pratique,
Retainer
hein.
would come up with.
Bon, la facile. En vrai, je peux. Non? On va se mettre au milieu. Comme d'hab. Ok, good. Je peux l'avoir. Oh là 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 là. On perd pas la main, les amis. On perd la main, les amis. Putain, mais c'est moi qui est nul.
Ganyu's a really awesome shooter.
If you could see
Bordel.
through the eyes of an adeptus, you wouldn't be so surprised.
En tout cas, j'ai hâte de la débloquer.
Next
Faut que
on the
j'avoue là.
agenda.
Ah, pourquoi je peux. Ah, ok. Ah! What the fuck? Ok, encore deux, les amis. En tout cas, j'espère que vous allez bien. En tout cas, que vous avez passé des bonnes fêtes. Vous avez trop mangé, surtout. Et puis, ah, faut passer par là. Et puis, j'espère que cette année, avec tout ce qui se passe en ce moment, j'espère que ça en fait, enfin, faire quelque chose, parce que nous, on n'en peut plus, en fait. C'est pas possible. Ok, bon, là, c'est facile. Hop. Et ben voilà.
We've completed the task. What do you think? I agree. You possess many qualities similar to those of Adepti, despite having none of their blood.
Ganyu, what were you planning to do once your training was over?
The training's not over yet. The part
Huh? So there are more trials prepared by other Adepti?
No. The only Adeptus who can unlock my true potential is...
Who is it?
Conqueror of Demons.
Huh. So it's Shao. That cold-hearted loner?
I found him unapproachable at first, too. But I believe that being able to face him is an important part of my homecoming. He's already waiting for me.
Of course we are. Let's go.
Ah oui, ce perso, on avait oublié. J'avais perdu vide, les amis. Oh punaise. Voilà, si la vidéo est longue, je suis désolé, mais bon, vu on est à fond sur l'histoire, on va faire de A à Z, ça évite qu'on fasse des coupures et tout. Autant tout mettre, et puis voilà quoi.
You're half an hour late. I see you still haven't abandoned the wrongful ways of
En
human
retard.
I'm
c'est
sorry.
bon.
I had a meeting with Cloud Retainer.
I don't need your explanations and don't require any mutual...
Shao is such a strict teacher.
You're neither an adeptus nor a human. Always treading the line between the two worlds. Instead of explaining yourself to me,
I have nothing to hide.
the body and the mind are one. If something, the trial I've prepared for you will explore the true potential of.
Yes. I'm ready.
Alors du coup, peut-être on va tester. Yes. Et du coup, faut protéger ce truc, c'est ça?
The trial's begun. Paimon can feel it in the air.
Alors, alors.
The weather's changed.
Bon, ça, on connaît. Ah.
With sword comes shadow.
Vont me saouler un peu. Après, si vous voulez m'ajouter en ami, il n'y a pas de souci. Hein. Moi, j'ajoute tout le monde. Si vous voulez, on fera les dragons, on fera le loup. Je peux vous aider dans votre histoire. Il n'y a pas de souci. Ça me fait plaisir. Faut tout me dire en commentaire, comme ça au moins. Ah là, je suis motivé les amis. Là, j'avoue là, sur ma chaîne, faut faire des trucs bien parce que j'avoue des fois je fais des let's play, ceci, cela, c'est pas ouf. J'avoue, j'assume le premier. Quand je regarde ma chaîne, mes vidéos, c'est pas ouf. Donc là, j'arrive à faire des contenus, des nouvelles mises à jour, des délires avec mes potes, et ainsi de suite. Voilà, pour l'instant, c'est facile. Pour l'instant, on prend pas trop le perso, parce que voilà, comme les types... Objectivité. Surtout les plantes, c'est un peu casse-couille. Ah, petit lag. Ok. Oh punaise. Hop. Voilà. Bon, vous me saoulez un tout petit peu. J'aime trop ce perso. C'est bon? Ok. Ah, on va essayer son pouvoir. Pas mal, franchement pas mal. Franchement, j'aime bien. Franchement, j'aime bien. « 17 sur 26 », c'est un peu long, non? Ouais, ok. Bordel, ils sont chiants avec les... Merci. Oh, j'ai eu beaucoup de plantes. Hello.
I've completed your trial.
You don't have to report back to me. Seeking other people's validation won't. Only you can evaluate the result of this trial.
Understood.
Xiao always has such strong opinions.
From tomorrow on, I'll start raising the difficulty of your training, so
I have to do what?
another one of those pesky visitors. I'll leave him to you, Ganyu. It's also a...
Pesky visitor? So even...
Oh heavens! Blessed be Rex Lapis! I've finally come upon the Adepti! Are all of you the Adepti of this mountain? Great! My name's Sin Chung. I came to ask for your merciful blessings, O Adepti. I beg of you, please...
Oh, so it's a pilgrim. Huh. He can handle any battle, but talking to strange humans is a different story.
I am also one of the Adepti. You can say that I'm an...
Perfect. I didn't come in vain then. Although you sound a bit half-hearted. What blessings can you grant me?
Wow, straight to the point, huh?
Dear Pilgrim, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. Adepti don't help every pilgrim for free.
For free? Do you mean that you charge people for the blessings of the Adepti?
That's not what I meant. What I'm trying to say is that everything should be earned through hard work and earn. It would be unfair to other people if you got everything you wanted for no reason.
Hold on. I've heard this all before. You're just like my old man. Always.
Your father must have experienced it firsthand. The lives of the common folk are riddled with hardship. A person of your age should focus on work and family.
Are you a real Adeptus? Why do you speak and behave like us? You sure you're not one of those swindlers who pose as an Adeptus to cheat people out of their money? Ugh, how dare you reprove me? I bet you came here looking for the Adepti yourself.
He might sorta have a point. We did come here looking for...
Enough. Doesn't matter if you're a real Adeptus or not. You're useless.
Nobody stop... Ganyu, don't let that guy ruin...
It's not his behavior. I thought that coming back to Jueyun Karst and devoting myself to training would make me feel like an adept, but being questioned by him made me realize that But I'm unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. As an Adeptus,
It's true! Just believe us!
All right. I'll go with you to Liyue Harbor. That said, if I'm proven right, I'll return.
It's a step in the right direction.
Par contre, on est bien d'accord, hein. Ce mec est trop... Désolé pour le terme, il est trop chelou. Il demande à quelqu'un, ouais, hein. Cette personne, elle vient... Non, mais vous êtes pas une adepte. Ouais. Putain, la pauvre. Le mec qui commence à monter le ton. C'est bon, dans un moment.
We're finally back!
I'm still...
Come on, Ganyu! We're almost there! You don't...
I suppose you have a point. It would...
That's right! Where do you want...
I've spent too much time in the mountains. The first thing that comes to my mind is the sea. Let's go for a walk in the port.
Happy to come with.
The sound of the waves in this familiar port. The smell of the sea breeze makes me nostalgic.
Ganyu, you didn't leave...
Well, I used to be so busy.
Huh. That's true.
Well, when I think about my time here, it put me in a certain mood. Similar to the one I felt...
Why, isn't it? I wouldn't have thought I'd meet you.
This old man called her Little Miss Ganyu.
Please don't also start calling me that. Allow me to introduce Uncle Tien.
That's all right. Just tell them the truth. They have done so much for Liyue after all, and...
Uncle Tien is a member of the Liyue Qixing.
What? This grandpa is the same rank as...
Hush now. I must ask for your discretion. Fishing in the port and strolling about are the greatest pleasure. In most people's eyes, I'm just a...
Uncle Tien is too modest. He's been around for a long time. There's no one who can replace a person of such noble character.
Oh, little Miss Ganyu.
Uncle Tien, a person of your standing should really stop calling me little...
Oh, my apologies. It's not intentional, just a... Thank you for looking after me when I first ascended to my position.
Oh, so you've been friends for...
Oh, I was just fulfilling my duties as the Qixing secretary.
Talking about secretaries... Oh, I don't know if I should bring it up. Ganyu, I believe you know.
Yes, she works at Yua High Pavilion and she.
I don't know myself, really. May I trouble you to meet her at you?
With pleasure. Solving the Chising's problems has always been in my job description.
She's back in character. Just like that, huh? Let's move then. To you.
I don't know why, but seeing you brings me a...
Indeed, it has been a while, Huixin. I heard that you've encountered some problems and came to see if I could be of some help.
My father asked you to... Abusing his status as a member of the Chiefs...
Don't worry. I'm always happy to help a junior
Ganyu's not only a competent
So, what...
Ugh, where should I start? There are obvious irregularities in the tax declarations of 2 stores, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique. Without any evidence, my hands are...
I see. It's not uncommon for
Well, is there any solution you can advise?
Naturally. I've dealt with similar issues hundreds of times. Give me a moment to consider the best approach in this scenario. All right. Let's approach it this way, then. Your enemy knows you best.
Huh?
If I remember correctly, Second Life... In that case...
In that case... Ah! I know what you mean, Ms. Ganyu. Ms. Ganyu plans to let them expose each other.
Exactly. Let's start with Wanyo Boutique. The owner's name...
Yes, you're right.
Aha! We meet again, traveler. I suppose you're about to place a big order.
That won't be necessary, Mr. Bolai. Wanyo Boutique's should we need to place such an order, we...
What? Second... Ugh. That rascal Dongsheng.
Well, Second Life's credit has always been excellent.
Oh,
Huh. Is there anything you'd like to share?
Don't let that rascal fool you. I know his dirt. If you don't believe me, show me his tax records.
You know Second Life's business so well?
Of course. Ugh, they're every... I'd rather lose money myself than see that rascal make some.
Well then, please look over this tax record. We'll read...
Oh, of course. I'll read very... line by line and word... Ah, here that exquisite wooden furniture set he bought from Fanmu Carpenter. Look at the tax record. Not a word about that furniture. And
I see. He must have gotten rid of all the documents related to this trip.
I told you so. Just as...
But, Ms. Ganyu, despite all this, can't he just flat...
He might have destroyed all the evidence, but I believe the supplier...
Aha, you're right. Master Lu from...
I hope so. Let's go to Fanmu Carpenters. It should be near Chingsa Village. Thank you for shining a light on this...
Oh, please, please, that's nothing. I just hope you won't be lenient with him once you find the evidence.
I'm afraid I can't go to...
It's all right, Weishin. You can stay in Liyue.
Ah, that's so considerate of you.
Welcome, welcome. I'm usually happy to take new apprentices, but,
Chingsa really is full of lonely old people.
Hey, I heard that, flying...
Master Lu, we've just come to see you and ask...
Don't worry, I know. Why would the Chising care about an old man like me?
You're very direct, Master Lu. I will be plain. We're looking... Dongsheng bought some furniture from you at the beginning of the year.
Oh, it's about Second Life.
Sure enough, Mr. Bolai was right. Could we perhaps borrow that invoice?
Of course, but I'm not... I only do my... As for old documents, but some troublemakers have recently moved there. Since you need that invoice anyway...
So that's what happened.
I'll leave you to it then.
take back the warehouse, find the invoice.
Wait, I think I saw one of those troublemakers.
Oh, Paimon sees them too. It's one of the Fatui.
They must be plotting something against Liyue Harbor.
Maybe they're the scoundrels who invaded Master Lu's warehouse.
Ever since Osial attacked the harbor, the Fatui... We won't cause a serious diplomatic crisis by getting into some small scuffle with the Fatui within our borders. Besides, I can already feel their my intuition as the secretary of the Qixing.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go teach him a...
Toujours en équipe. L'esprit d'équipe, c'est important. Et oui, j'ai fait des petits coupures parce que si vous voulez, il a eu beaucoup de scénarios. Et c'est pour ça j'ai évité de parler. Parce que voilà, pour que vous suivez quand même. Et puis voilà. Non, parce que après, parce qu'en fait, si vous voulez, le temps des téléchargements, parce que je me suis beaucoup téléporté. Et le temps de téléchargement, donc je me déplace. Voilà, donc ça vous intéresse pas trop. Donc vous, c'est plus l'histoire. Bon, on va s'occuper du poids lourd là. Bon, j'avoue, la foudre contre la glace. Ah. Faudrait que j'améliore mes épées, parce qu'elles sont pas... Enfin, je sais pas, c'est... Elles sont pas top top. Oh, petite tête. Mince. Hop. Vous inquiétez pas les amis, on va le défoncer. Touche. Ah. Allez, go. Hop. Pourquoi j'ai fait ça? Aucune idée. Aucune idée. Allez. Et bientôt à sec. Yes.
I think you've had enough. About time you tell us your plan.
Plan? What plan?
We just taught you a lesson, but clearly you weren't paying attention. If you don't spill whatever you're we'll be forced to use harsher methods.
I'm telling the truth. There's no scheme.
If you're telling the truth, then why would you, a member of the Fatui, suddenly appear on the outskirts?
Fine. If you really want to know, then...
About to...
Pick berries over there.
I must admit, I didn't expect you to...
It's not an excuse. I rarely have a free morning, and I heard that there were fresh berries in this area. Think about it. I'm here alone, and Jinxa Village is nothing more than a retirement spot for old people.
Judging by how he's looking at us, it does...
So you have nothing to do with the occupation of...
Vanmu Carpenter's warehouse? I swear, I only came here to pick berries. That's...
So it wasn't the Fatui who took over Master Lu's warehouse after all.
I also... I misjudged the situation and offended you. Our exchange only represents my
Exchange? This woman, she's clearly aware that the Ministry of Civil Affairs wouldn't side with us Fatui.
Yes, precisely. As an alternative, you may...
Paimon's in!
Darn you. How can you wear that solemn face while bullying me like this?
What's your choice, then?
I'll get back to my berries.
What a bittersweet end.
I made a laughingstock out of myself.
No worries. It's always nice to teach the Fatui a lesson.
Let's keep moving towards Master Lu's warehouse.
Ouais, des fleurs et des baies, enfin, ils ramassent des trucs. C'est louche. C'est louche, les amis. Et vu la réaction qu'il a fait, wow, et 7 et tout.
Seems like those troublemakers were nothing more than a
C'est bizarre.
natural. Let's show
Ah,
them.
alors, le plus chiant dans ce jeu, en monstre hein, bien évidemment, c'est pas les dragons, c'est pas le loup, ça c'est clair et net, c'est les plantes, ce petit mec à la hache, et je sais plus le nom, donc je vous dirai ça, ou alors peut-être vous connaissez. C'est un bonhomme entouré de sa sphère. Je sais pas si vous voyez. Enfin, je sais plus le nom, je suis désolé. Voilà, c'est juste ces 3 monstres, sinon après le loup c'est facile, le dragon c'est facile. Enfin, faut avoir les bons personnages et faut en monter selon ton niveau parce que tu vas pas affronter un dragon à niveau 80 alors que t'es niveau 50, tu vois ce que je veux dire. T'es là en mode wesh, pourquoi je suis mort? Oh, on avance hein. Hop là, ça prend tes affaires, rentre chez toi. Voilà, tranquille. Bon, lui. Hop, bouge pas, j'arrive. Hop. Voilà. Des petits coups par-ci, des petits coups par-là. On va faire la char à pâté. Toi t'es mort, toi aussi. Les renforts arrivent. C'est ça? Pourquoi pas, hein? Pourquoi pas? Oh là 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 là, le gros. Pas bordel, avec son bouclier là. Enfin, faut avoir la grosse épée, mais vu que j'ai une petite épée et avec mes pouvoirs, c'est pas évident. Ok, c'est pas là. Mais... Ah, c'est peut-être là. Pas du tout. Allez hop, super. Ah, c'est ça. Allez, on va voir la secrétaire. Oh la vache. Ça fait loin les amis. What the fuck? Par contre... c'est pour ça il est beau ce jeu, avec les éclairs. Eh bah dis donc, quel temps.
Ah, Miss... I hope it wasn't...
I promise to help you and I'll keep my word. Look, it's the invoice for the transaction between
Oh, thank you so much.
Agreed. How about we go to...
Isn't it... Racing? From the U... I told you that all of my transactions are included in the records. My tax declaration... I do hope that my business won't be affected by any...
Groundless accusations? Mr. Dongsheng, you seem... But I sincerely advise that you cease this behavior...
No. No. I'm an honest merchant. I would never get involved with any fraudulent sources of profit.
Haven't I made myself clear? Mr. Dongsheng, you've already been proven guilty...
What? Proven guilty?
He's talking without rhyme or reason. Must be time for the finishing blow.
Mr. Dongsheng, can you tell me what this is?
I'm Master Lu.
Do you admit to tax evasion? This transaction was...
I didn't think you'd find out. I didn't leave a single trace.
Indeed. We wouldn't have found out if it weren't for Mr. Boala.
Balai? That imp from Wanyo Boutique? He's got his own share of dirty...
Oh? Mr. Dongsheng, I'd like to hear a little... I don't think you'll need my guidance for what comes next.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Ganyu.
That's good.
I must say, you're truly impressive. Your enemy knows you best. To think, you came up with this plan and executed it so masterfully.
It's actually one of your father's.
My father?
Pitting your opponent against their enemies and watching them drag each other down from an advantageous position, that's how Uncle Tien managed to keep his position in the Qixing secure. I figured that as Uncle Tien's daughter, you'd naturally grasp your father's strategies. So, I decided to use one of your father's tricks and play it out for you to see.
I can see it now. Clearly, I still have a lot to learn about my father. I'm really grateful, Ms. Ganyu. You're the kindest mentor I've ever had. Thank you.
Ganyu solved both Huishin's work and family problems. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, you've helped me so much. You must allow me to repay your kindness.
That's not necessary. No need to be so serious. It was nothing, really.
Then let me treat you to a meal. The Traveler and Paimon are invited as well. I appreciate your help.
All right, come on, Ganyu. Just say yes. Let's eat. Oh, come on. It's just a meal.
If it's just a meal, there's no reason for me to decline.
Actually, I've already booked Senua Kiosk. I need a moment to prepare everything first. Let's...
All right.
Miss Ganyu, thank you for accepting my invitation. And as for the...
Sure.
That's so kind of you, Huishin. You went to great lengths to organize this.
Truth be told, apart from thanking you for all the help, there's something I'd like to tell...
Oh? If there's anything I can help you with...
Oh, no, I don't really need help.
With pleasure.
When I was a little girl, my father used... Even though I have the utmost respect for my father, I've only decided to join the Yuehai Pavilion staff because I've always looked up to you.
I didn't know that you think so highly of me.
However, in reality, working at the Yuehai... I can't compare myself to such an outstanding secretary.
I disagree. You're a great secretary.
Over the years, I became a mother, too.
Huh? So Uncle Tien is a great...
Influenced by my youthful ideals, she followed my footsteps and came to be a secretary at the Yuehai. At first, I was worried about her. It's not an easy job, after all, to tell the truth. But after all that happened this time,
So, what made you change your mind?
The fact that she'll have you, Ms. Ganyu. You'll help her, gentle as always, and tell her your mom used to do it. It'd be such a beautiful moment. If it's not too much to ask for,
Huishin, I never thought that I meant so much to you.
Just like when you showed me my father's trick. Having you as their witness.
Witness? It's true that I've witnessed thousands of years of Liyue Harbor's history, but I've always regarded it as nothing more. Huishin, you don't know how important those words are to me. You've made me realize that I share another connection with the people of Liyue Harbor. They rely on me. Accept me.
No, of course. You're irreplaceable.
That's right.
Hooray! Ganyu's finally cheered up.
Even if I've really been supplanted, I wish to fight for my place. I won't let you down. I'm going to fulfill my contract and keep working as the Qixing secretary. Regardless, I'll go back and see for myself. I'm afraid that it might have all become a mess during my absence. No time to waste. Let's get back to work.
Good luck, Miss Ganyu.
We're leaving already?
Baisha, are you okay? Look! Look who's back!
You even have enough time for leisure? It seems you three are a suitable replacement for me after all.
Not at all! We've been working for too long.
We wouldn't have survived long enough to see you again, Miss Ganyu.
Miss Ganyu, we've missed you.
That's so kind of you all, given we've only met once.
We've been praying day and night for you to return and take over your duties again.
To us, you're like an adeptus coming down to the...
Forget all our envious complaints from before. Just free us from this strength.
All right, I see. Please divide the matters at hand into government affairs, business affairs, and civil affairs. I'll take care of the rest.
Of course.
Oh, finally.
Yes, there's one more thing. I'd like to earnestly thank you, Traveler. If it weren't for your companionship, I would still be embroiled in my inner conflict right now. To think that I'd gained a human friend outside of work. I'd like to repay you when I'm done with the work at hand. What would you say if I...
Sure, but are you ever done with work, Ganyu?
Let's cross that bridge with...